Hello Year 2 students, welcome to our lesson today. My name's Loretta and I will be your teacher. Today you will need your learning book, a pencil, and you'll need some paper. I have some coloured paper here. If you don't have coloured paper, that's okay. White paper is fine. We're going to start with a number talk. Here we have a number on our place value mat. What can you see? Do you know what number we have? Let's have a look together. I can see that I have 4 hundreds. Over here in my tens, it looks very full. It's different to what it normally looks like. I wonder how many I have. Let's have a look. 2, 4, 6, 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, double 7. I have 14 tens. And I can see I have 5 and one more ones, 6 ones. Let's have a look at this one together. So I have 4 hundreds. I have 14 tens. And I have 6 ones. Now, we know in place value that we work with groups of 10. So I know that 10 of these makes one of those. So I'm going to take 10 tens which make 100. So now I can see that I have 5 hundreds, 4 tens, and 6 ones. So if we look back to our board, I've taken my 10 tens and I've moved them over into my 100. So that 10 is now 100, 546. I hope you got that number too. I'm going to clear the table now and we're going to get started in our lesson today. We're going to be looking at fractions today. Our learning intention is to understand how to split or partition a shape equally into halves, fourths or eighths. We'll know we can do this when we can split or partition a shape into 2, 4 or 8 equal parts. So a fraction is an equal part of a whole. You might have heard fractions used before. You might have heard things like, I watched a whole movie. I played the whole game. I ate the whole icy pole. Sometimes we hear half an hour, at half time, I'm halfway through reading a book. Did you know that a fourth is also called a quarter? And you might have heard quarter quite a bit. At quarter time, if I'm playing netball or football, 3:15, my dad cut my sandwich into quarters. And today we're also going to be having a look at eighths. We often use fractions when we share food, and I've got some examples here to show you. So we have half a glass of milk. My dad cut my sandwich into quarters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 equal parts. So I've got my sandwich cut into quarters or fourths. Here I have a cake. It's cut into 8 equal pieces. It has been cut into eighths. Okay, so I'm going to clear this food away now and we're going to use our paper to explore our fractions a little bit more. Okay, let's begin. So on the board here, I have some wholes. These shapes have not been split or partitioned, so they are a whole. I have a whole square, a whole circle, a whole rectangle, and a whole triangle. Let's have a little bit of a look at halves. So I'm going to start with my square. we're going to fold our shapes today. Now remember, I have been saying that fractions are equal parts. That means that when I fold my shape in half, both need to be the same. They need to be equal. So I need to make sure that I very carefully line the edges up when I fold my shape. When I open my shape up, I have two parts that are the same size. Okay, so I have two equal parts. I have folded my shape in half. Let's have a look at fourths. Now that gives us a little bit of a clue, doesn't it? Fourths means that I'm splitting or partitioning my shape into equal parts, 4 equal parts. So again, I need to make sure that I'm very carefully lining the edges up when I'm folding my shape. So I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to fold it in half again. Now when I open it up, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts. I have split this shape into fourths or quarters. Remember, those words mean the same thing. What was the other fraction that we were looking at today? Halves, fourths, eighths. So I want to fold my shape into eighths. So I'm going to, again, be very careful in making sure that I'm lining up the edges of my shape. I fold it in half. I'm folding it in half again. And I'm going to fold it one more time. That's 3 times I've folded this shape. Now when I open up my square, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 equal parts. One part is 1/8 of this shape. Now I'm going to do that again with a circle. Now remember how I said that we need to be really careful that we fold them so that they are the same size, the same share. If I was to fold my circle like this, you can see that this part does not equal this part. They're not the same. It's not a fair share of the shape. So we need to make sure that we are really careful when we are folding our shape, that we're lining the edges of the paper up so that when we open it, we have 2 sides that are the same. They're equal. We've shared them fairly. So I've got my half, and remember our quarters was 2 folds. I fold in half, and I'm going to fold that part in half again. When I open up my shape, I have 4 parts. I have fourths or quarters. How many folds was it to get eighths? That's right, it was 3. 1, 2. Now my circle's going to get a little bit tricky here. I'm going to have to fold it this way. 3. Now when I open it up, I have 8 equal parts. It's a little bit tricky there for you to see. Because we can also share a rectangle. There are different ways that you might fold your rectangle in half if you're doing this at home. You may fold it this way, or you may fold it this way. It doesn't matter as long as both parts are equal. Both parts are the same. I'm going to fold mine this way. I'm going to make sure that I'm really careful in lining up my edges so that when I open, I can see that I have 2 equal parts. This rectangle has been shared into halves. Very good. Okay, let's try with quarters. Open it up. How many parts will I have? 4. Very good. I've shared that into fourths. And this one I've already done, so I folded it 3 times, opening it back up, and I have 8 equal parts. This shape has been split or partitioned into 8s. Okay, so we can see that we can split or partition a shape into halves, fourths or quarters, and 8s. If I split it into half, I have 2 equal parts. If I split it into fourths, I have 4 equal parts. If I split it into 8s, I have 8 equal parts. Now we're going to talk about what you're going to do at home next. Okay, so with your paper at home, you might like to make some shapes. I have these ones, they're already in circles or they're already in squares. You may have some of these shapes at home. If not, don't worry, it's okay. You might like to draw and cut out your own shapes, or like I did with my rectangle, you might like just to use the shape as it is. Okay, I'm going to show you what I'd like you to do in your learning books today. Okay, so you're going to use both pages. You're going to show a whole, a half, fourths, and 8ths. So let's start with our whole. This shape has not been split or partitioned in my learning book. Next to that, I'm going to write what it is. It's a whole. Let's put our halves in next. So make sure that that line is nice and clear. And then once you've got it stuck in your book, you might like to draw the line yourself so you can see it nice and clearly. So this shape is showing me half. I've split or partitioned this shape into halves, half. My next one is my fourths. What's that other word? Quarters. Fourths or quarters. And again. We're going to show that we have 4 equal parts. This shape has been split or partitioned into fourths. And the last one is our 8ths. 8 equal parts. Stick that one into your book. And you might like, again, draw the lines. Don't worry too much if they're not perfectly straight. As you can see, mine are not perfectly straight. Try your best. Do it nice and slowly, carefully, so that you make as little mistakes as possible. So this one has been shared into 8ths. Whoops, I've made a mistake with that one. 8ths is a bit of a tricky word to spell. Let's try that again. 2 H's. 8ths. So today we learnt to split or partition a whole into different fractions. We learnt how to split or partition into halves, fourths, or 8ths. When we split or partition into halves, we get 2 equal parts. Fourths gives us 4 equal parts, and 8ths gives us 8 equal parts. I hope that you enjoyed learning along with me today. Now it's your turn in your learning book to show a whole, halves, fourths, and 8ths. Don't worry if you make mistakes. Mistakes are all a part of learning. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Bye.